cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
It
out?
doesn't even
Check,
enter my
check, check, mic
consciousness.
check.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Gaming Daily. As I search for my phone when it's in my pocket, what am I doing? My name is Icy Gaming. We are back with another Thursday episode of Gaming Daily Live. Shout out to AE in the building. What is up, my guy, my brother? I appreciate you for always being here. Let's turn some lights on. How's that work? Oh, some green lights. Kind of like that. Some blue. Yeah, let's get a little bit of blue and purple accent in the building. How we doing? Banger episode for you guys today. As always, we got some cool gaming news to talk about. Pokemon released wedding rings for like $2,000. Super Mario Brothers like Galaxy toys are coming to McDonald's. Big partnerships from Animoca Brands, some ton gaming, Telegram gaming news to talk about. There's a lot of stuff. And of course, we have a great interview coming up with Steve from Rival Now to explain to us how they are building prediction markets on top of Twitch streaming. We're going to have to talk to him, see if they're also building on Blaze, the streaming partner that we will be working with. Kick, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff, see how that works. So without further ado, let's talk about the sponsors that make this show possible as I pull up the Twitter share here. And we got to shout out. Oh, that's what's wrong. I'm not on the right page. Okay. 1 second. We got to shout out YGG. Why am I missing it? Hold on. Bear with me. We'll get there. Whoa. Cancel. Oh no. Save? Okay. I don't know if that did it right or not. We'll see. There we go. Lowland dropping their collab board with Bearish AF. Pretty cool board. Mount Doji in the chat. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the show. Big shout out to Lowland, Giga Chad Bat, Waifu Sweeper, YGG Play, Blaze, all of the partners, AI Rev, that make this show possible. Let's just get into the news, guys. We got a few things that we want to talk about, and Steve from Rival Now will be joining us towards the end of the half hour. Does that even make sense? Towards the end of the half hour? In about 22 minutes, Steve will be joining us, and I'm excited to talk to him. First story, gentlemen and ladies. Microsoft is showing off their gaming Copilot on Xbox. Here's what it sounds like when you ask the AI for help with Forza Horizon 5. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. How's the AI going to help you? Diablo 4, Sea of Thieves. I don't really know what the Copilot is doing.
How do I open Duriel's Sword?
Oh, there you go.
I see what's on your screen there, Warlock Spawn. So open Duriel's Horde. You'll need those corrupted horns of Duriel that the prompt is asking for.
I don't hate it.
Basically, you collect those horns by defeating Duriel himself.
I don't hate it.
Duriel boss fight. So you gotta farm him a couple of times until you get enough horns. Then you can interact with that Skash and claim the loot. So it's a bit of a grind, but
so we got a Copilot, a gaming Copilot. You know, you no longer have to go buy the gaming guide or, search online for the answer. Go to Reddit, go to, Discord, your gaming guild. You can just jump in with the Copilot. Very interesting. I mean, on one hand, this does make it kind of cheapens gaming a little bit, right? I'm sure that's going to be the argument of half of the enjoyment is figuring it out for yourself. And if people are just deferring to AI co-pilots, then it's you're missing out on the experience. They're not going to be as rich of an experience. I forget the tweet that I saw, but someone was saying Microsoft killed off, or what did they do with the Xbox recently? I forget. But basically they killed that off to basically, launch the gaming co-pilot. Taylor Sid in the building. What up, brother? Good to see you. Why is this light like not? Hold on. Why? Also, what's going on here? Let me fix this. I was doing like a standing. I guess I'm just slouching. In my chair. I gotta like sit up. Okay, moving on from that. Fortnite, we've talked about this. It's official. They've returned to the Google Play Store. Congratulations to Fortnite and Epic Games on their epic win. Very exciting. Speaking of Epic Games, Disney now, they're letting Fortnite creators make Star Wars games. This partnership is expanding Disney's $1.5 billion investment into Epic, and creators can now access the Star Wars IP, Fortnite's Unreal Engine, Fortnite Builder tools, and opens up a whole new possibility for fan-made Star Wars experiences within Fortnite. Very cool, very exciting. We've seen, Darth Vader in Fortnite already, and now creators can now use that IP to make things. So the metaverse might be dead, but the metaverse in Fortnite is alive and well. Shout out to the OGs, the GOATs. Speaking of OGs, we got to talk about Jeff Kaplan, the former WoW Overwatch was he CEO, developer. He's been in the news a lot lately. He's very excited about their new game, but he says, we are not going to be going free to play because they would need 8 billion players and 2,000 devs working like they were in a sweatshop just to make it profitable, and the business model just doesn't make sense. He says so for unlocking, or for monetizing the game, he's like, I'm not sure yet, but to unlock stuff in the game, they've got this crazy idea that hasn't been seen in the last 10 years. You actually have to play the game to get stuff. It's a funny quote here, so we should listen to it.
Somebody's asking about in-game cash. I have no idea. I don't know what the business model is. I don't think we're going to be free to play. We're too small of a team. To be free to play, you need 8 billion players and 2,000 devs cranking out fucking keychains for a sweatshop, and that's not us. We're not going to be able to support the game on free to play, I don't think.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out
base
take.
Wrong on that.
Shout out to him for that.
So I want to do something simple, and right now you're just unlocking this stuff by doing gameplay. It's this crazy idea that hasn't been seen in the past 10 years of maybe I could play the game to get shit. So
shots fired at microtransactions. Very cool. I guess I don't know too much about the game. What game is this? Puzzle Pirates. His new game. Oh yeah, Legend of California. I did see people talking about that. Kind of a dope ass name, right?
Rude about it,
Jeff Kaplan,
but I understand being upset, and I understand voicing.
He's been pretty base lately. Guys, Crimson Desert is here. The reviews seem to be really good. People are excited. People are loving it. People are digging it. It looks amazing. People are main gaming it. And they've got, shout out to this Kami for this tweet here. Staggering amount of content, 76 unique bosses, 467 unique characters, 29 different mounts, 110 different factions. That's too many factions. 401 creatures to discover, 355 crafting blueprints, 573 territories to explore, 150 different materials, 430 feats, 94 secret collectibles. Game looks sick. Looks like my girlfriend is out of work, but we have to tell her that we are streaming. Yes. Very cool. We have got more Crimson Desert. It's sitting at a 78 on Metacritic's right now. Vice gave it 100. Forbes gave it 95. The Gamer gave it a 70. And IGN gave it a 60 so far. I watched a handful of YouTubers review it, and so far, this is what is shaking out of the review tree. There's the amazing open world. There's a sense of wonder and awe. It seems like there's frustrating controls and bugs for some, but it does so far sound like an amazing experience stuffed with things to do, but the junkiness and jankiness can detract from it. Interesting. Very cool. IGN gave it a 60, so it's a great game then. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I don't know why my mic won't stay at this level. Is it because I'm like shouting? Do I just like peak? I don't know. I'll try not to, I don't know. Try not to shout into the mic. Very cool. Congrats. Crimson Desert looks amazing. Go get it. Go buy it. Next up, McDonald's has 12 new collectible toys from Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, coming to theaters April 1st. That is not an April Fool's joke. We got Mario, we got Luigi, we got Peach, Wario, Bowser. Very, very cool. Fun toys. I am too old to be collecting toys from McDonald's, but the toys look cool. It looks cool. Shout out to Super Mario Brothers. Shout out to McDonald's. I'm also going to be starting my new job at McDonald's on April 1st. So, keep an eye out for that one. Next up, you see it in the headline. Man, this is the title of today's stream. Pokemon has revealed customizable wedding and engagement rings with over a selection of 30. Gosh, I said I was going to stop shouting. With a selection of over 30 rings, designs, 12 stones, and 80 monster Pokemon marks to choose from. The engagement rings from You Treasure start at around $2,100. The thing is, I can't really see like what is on the ring. They're not like showing the ring really. I wonder if there's more in this article. Kind of, but not really. Can't really see what's in the ring. Very cool. Very cool. I probably would not buy an engagement ring with a Pokemon theme. My girlfriend, I don't think would she wouldn't go for it. But there is a ton of people and that would do this, and that's awesome. Like, that is for sure awesome. Gotta catch them all. I mean, the Pokeball, like, so cool, dude. Imagine proposing with the Pokeball and you just open it up and it's like, I choose you. It writes itself, guys. It writes itself. That's so funny. That is so funny. That's cool. That's cool. Congrats. Let's move on. We got some gaming news to talk about. We got a bunch of stuff. But oh my god. Why am I yawning, dude? And Steve should be joining us in about 10 minutes. The big news that I saw everyone get paid to tweet about, shout out to Reach Network, the agency that I'm not a part of. So I did not get paid, and I'm not getting paid to talk about it, but everyone else talked about it. AlphaTon Capital, which is on the NASDAQ, has signed the deal to acquire 60% controlling interest in Game, marking a major step forward for gaming on Telegram and the next phase of their growth. We actually talked about this story already. Maybe this is just like the official announcement, or maybe the deal is now done. But we talked about this about a month ago. But congratulations to them. Huge investment. This is notable because we have a crypto game token and company tied to a NASDAQ like listed publicly traded company. So that's really cool. Animoca Brands is a part of this as well. And very, very fun. I think because, this game token, is owned and backed by Animoca Brands and apparently Binance Labs as well. So cool. That's your Animoca news. I don't know what they're doing with this token, what they're doing with this ecosystem. I think Animoca has had like a lot kind of going on, and maybe they are trying to consolidate and get more clear now as things like move forward. But yeah, shout out to them. In more Animoca news, here's some stats for you. A shout out to Sanjay, one of the GOATs. I'm always like annoyed that my mic goes down. I have to figure out how this works. You would think that I would know already. People are excited about this. I'm excited about it too. I mean, I think I have been bullish on the idea of Telegram gaming for quite a while. It hasn't really played out the way that I would think. Why am I so tired? I didn't get a lot of sleep, so I guess that's why I'm so tired. But this is going to absolutely drive me crazy. I'm like off my game today, guys. I am like super off my game. I know it. I knew it before the stream started. My microphone is driving me crazy. There's like all these things are my shirt is wrinkled. Oy vey, oy vey. 119 million registered users, 61 million on Telegram alone, 10 billion gameplay sessions, $3.5 million in revenue in 2025. So this is a big deal for the token, for the ecosystem, for Animoca Brands. Shout out to everybody who got paid to post about this. More news in Animoca Brands. They announced a strategic investment and partnership into Ava Labs, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Animoca Brands is putting money into Ava Labs. The aim of the partnership is to support the AVAX ecosystem growth and adoption by aligning Avalanche's scalable architecture with institutional access and distribution channels. I thought that's like what they had and were good at. The partnership aims to strengthen Avalanche's position as a leading platform for real-world blockchain adoption. I'll believe it when I see it. W Animoca, W AVAX. Congratulations. Hope this goes well. Like, we've just been in a show me state, and that's how I feel about all these types of announcements and things like that. It's like, what's going to come of this? I'm super interested. But is anything going to come of it? It remains to be seen. Let's talk about Azuki. From AVAX to Animoca to Azuki. We're just going down the alphabet here. Oh, that's even an A. Wow, man. 4A Gaming. The presale for the first official set of Azuki TCG is live for their Gates Awaken presale. I think something sold out like super fast. Shout out to Zagabond. Here's some background here. Today is the day. When is the Azuki TCG dropping? They say that they could have waited for the full launch in their local card shops this summer, but the demand was already there, so they wanted to give everyone a chance to get an early opportunity to get the product. Oh, we got Daniel Droge in Dragey, my bad. Animoca hasn't had a W since Crazy Defense Heroes, in my opinion, 2018. I mean, I think they've done, they've been doing okay. But yes, do they deserve criticism? For sure. Good to see you, Daniel. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you stopping by, my guy. We actually have your review of Heroes of Hold'em scheduled, teed up a little bit later. Thank you for playing the game. I wanted to send you a DM, but you're here now. So I really appreciate you checking out the game, playing the game, giving us your thoughts and checking it out, you know. I think that's a W. Daniel. Okay, so back to Azuki. We got 148 cards in the first set. 100K committed to the first season of competitive play. And the TCG app is live for shops to host tournaments and players to keep track of their seasonal performance. Ooh, I love that. That's really cool. This is just the first set. We're building a game that lasts in an entire universe that will reach far wider. Keep an eye out for their promo cards that are unlocked for every order as the sale progresses. Can't wait for Azuki to be in your hands. Sounds awesome, but like, give me the digital game. Like, are you making the digital game? What does that take, you know? But that's cool. Shout out to Loki. Apparently, the highest pre-sale tier, limited to just 8 spots, for $35,000 each. Let me do the math on that. Sold out in just a few minutes. 8 times 35,000, $280,000 raised today, minimum, in just one tier for their sales. Azuki got them whales, brother. Wow. Good for that. Good for them. That's amazing. What are people spending $35,000 on? Exclusive stomp card, premium poster, 1 premium poster, uncut sheet, exclusive Azuki pyramid playmat, collaborate on design of 1 card, guaranteed spot to all future Azuki Invitational tournaments, starter deck, cases of Gates Awakened 50x, 300 booster boxes containing 7,200 booster packs. Holy crap, that's a lot of packs. This is crazy. Congratulations to Azuki. But like, bro, we just had the Origins launch and they like raised like 100K in their pre-sales. And I mean, like, to see, I know how hard that team worked, and then to see like Azuki just come out and drop something for $35,000 and have like 8 whales just buy that up is like, you know, motion for Azuki, but like probably frustrating for like other crypto gaming projects to see stuff like that. It's like, I would be jealous. I'd be envious. Like, damn, like you just got it like that, dude. GG's. Even Fidgetals, maybe Fidgetals was one of the whales that bought this. I'm not even sure. They've acquired a massive Azuki TCG collection. Is this just what we read? More or less? It sounds like it. So they got at least 1, maybe a few. Cool. It's nice to have whale friends. Can't afford to play that one. Yeah, I mean, not the 35K, but I think that like the regular sets, you know, should be affordable. Let's go to Hantao and Moku crossing 3 million in Ronin volume. What is the price of Ronin these days? It's like 10 cents, right? So what is that? I mean, that's still like 300K, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. 9 cents. I mean, 300K in volume is still really, really great. So, GG's, congrats to him. I don't see you in the Google Meet, sir. Let me send the link to Steve. This one? That one? Question mark. Amazing. we love to see volume. We love to see Moku winning. We love to see Ronin, having great projects building on their ecosystem. So W Hantao, can we at least say W Hantao? There we go. There we go. Oh, hello. Hi, Mimi. I'm on stream right now. I'll come back and then I'll bring you guys back on stage. Steve is joining, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. All right, we'll bring them up on stage in just a few minutes. We should probably save this one. We should probably save this one for after. We got Steve right there. Okay, beautiful.
Volume.
And then
What
okay,
is the price
I'm
of
gonna go
Ronin
behind
these
stage,
days?
guys, and bring these guys up on stage. We're gonna talk to Steve and Rival about what they're building. I'm super excited for that, and yeah, we will talk to you guys in 30 seconds. So. These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan?
All right, guys, we are back. Oh, this layout isn't actually too bad, which is
Let's see what it
good.
looks like on it.
Welcome, Steve and Mimi from Team Rival. I'm actually going to have to fix it just a little bit on the fly here. But Steve, thank you for joining, man. How you doing? Let's get a quick introduction from your side.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's 5:30 a.m. Haven't had my first sip of coffee yet, but my alarm worked. So I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. And then Celtics are doing well. Patriots are doing well. So I'm very excited. So yeah, Mimi, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Mimi. Hi, everybody. I'm calling in from Miami, Florida.
Jealous.
Jealous. Where are you right now? It looks.
I'm
pretty cool.
from Boston, so yeah. We've had 2 feet of snow for the past few weeks.
So yeah, so thank you. I'm calling from Manila, Philippines. I grew up in Boston, so I'm a hardcore Patriots fan, Celtics fan, and Red Sox fan back there as well.
Yeah, man,
and
after my own
I
heart
used to
here.
build. Yeah, I used to build game companies, online game publishers, for about over a decade. And then I built online casinos for about a decade. And I've been investing, been angel investing, and also running a pretty sizable venture capital fund across Web3, fintech, and iGaming. And when I met Mimi, it was inspiration to actually build again. She's an exceptional genius, and we've been having fun building Rival. So just a old hat gamer geek, and kind of done a few things, and then now it's fun to get my hands dirty again. So
I love that. Yeah, I definitely want to dig it a little bit into your background at some point. But yeah, Mimi, what a little bit about your background and how you got involved with Rival.
So I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania originally, so very familiar with the cold and the snow. I was Stanford Computer Science. Before that, I did natural language processing research, so kind of the precursor to like the LLMs today at Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh. Stanford CS, went to school during the pandemic, didn't really want to go to school online. So I took a bunch of gaps here and there, worked at different companies doing software engineering, and then eventually worked at Teal Capital, Peter Thiel's venture capital fund, doing Gen Z research there and looking into Gen Z, being as Gen Zs are. And then dropped out in my senior year and was lucky enough to meet Steve. And we've been building Rival ever since.
Wow, incredible. Quite the background for both of you guys. I mean, we got the gaming and we've got, you know, the analytical research and Teal connection. So that's awesome. Let's talk about Rival. So I can pull it up here. The formatting still looks great, so we're good there. Wow, we got lucky. We met Steve in Manila for YGG Play Summit, and you guys were telling me all about Rival, and it sounded awesome. It's a prediction platform basically on top of live streams, which pairs like some of my favorite things in the world, right? Streaming and prediction markets. Made a lot of sense. But yeah, how would you kind of describe it? What's kind of the elevator pitch? We'll go to you first, and then hear from Mimi.
Sure. Rival is a prediction market platform for live streamers. Okay, so instead of just betting on politics or, frankly, just sports, you streaming right now with your audience is the content, is the match, is the event. And the AI that Mimi has built, which is called Argus, is watching the stream and creating markets live, and then also settling them live as well.
Wow.
And yeah,
that's crazy. Mimi, I'd love to learn more about Argus and yeah, what kind of goes into that. Fun fact, Steve has been sending me clips of Rival in action, which is always really cool to see, and it's truly impressive. I mean, it kind of is just like an overlay onto, you know, a regular Twitch stream where, yeah, the audience can engage, you know, make predictions, and it's just this whole deeper level of engagement, retention, connection with what's happening on the stream. It turns, you know, live streams from a passive experience to a really an active, engaged one, which is makes a ton of sense and is really cool.
And there's a lot more as well, strategically, that we're talking about, because for Web3 games and just all games in general, like esports is a giant big thing, right? Bob Kraft paid millions of dollars for an Overwatch league, but like, you know, how's that going? But we are allowing streamers, so you with an audience, can have markets. All esports players with an audience can have an audience. All streamers IRL, IShowSpeed, Rampage, so on and so forth, with an audience can have events. It's two things. One, yeah, it's like digital popcorn, so it's going to make money, but it's going to deepen engagement. Like when we're playing it, it's like you're watching right now, but you get to predict like, okay, is Icy going to have a sip of water? That might not be the most exciting thing, but then it's like IShowSpeed. Which girl might he talk to? The one on the left or the one on the right? Or is Rampage going to like freak out and like curse somebody out? So just, more fun stuff starts happening.
So
you can actually go to the webpage and, rival.com, and there are live matches happening and so on. But yeah, thank you for showing the X. Mimi.
So we kind of have Argus, which the name comes from a many-eyed giant in Greek mythology. So you can think of it as this many-eyed thing that's watching your streams, settling the predictions, coming up with markets, so on and so forth. And the great thing about Rival is you can use it, if you're a streamer, with almost any platform. We're platform agnostic. So you can be on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, whatever, and you can still use us and just stream the way you normally stream, but have a new layer of engagement for your chat, for everything.
Yeah, that's cool. So I tried to go to the website earlier. I don't have a VPN on, so I think it was blocked from me. But the site is great, and we'll definitely try and overlay some footage from on the clips. I'm curious. So that's fantastic to hear that it works across all different platforms. I actually just started working with a new streaming platform called Blaze. So I'm curious, is it as simple as like, I don't know, is it like, how does that work? How do I get it onto my streams? Is it a simple kind of plug-in or API call or how does that work?
So basically you basically connect your stream to Rival, you stream to us, we send your stream to whatever platform is the platform of your choice.
Got it.
And you just
you mentioned you're using OBS earlier, right?
Yes,
So you just plug it in right there. OBS, it's like a one-step process.
Oh, beautiful, nice. How long have you guys been building this? Where is Rival at now? Is it like full release, publicly live? Is it early access, beta, alpha? Tell me a little bit of the backstory and where we're at right now.
We've been building about a year, and we thought we were geniuses, and it got hard. Like we got it working. We got Argus working probably like 60% accurate really fast. But then that means your predictions was 50-60% accurate, which was not acceptable. So we had to kind of build, fix, and it's been about a year, and now it's accurate all the time. And we have turned on payment like basically a week ago, Solana only. And also for, as you notice in the US, in Boston, we're blocking the US IP as well as some other countries as well, because of, I'm from the industry, so I know the legal sensitivities. I don't want us to be we don't want to be burdened by the wrong moves in the beginning that impacts our community and our crypto future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mimi, do you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
totally.
you've been the one problem solving, so we've been through a lot.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but now that challenge is kind of solved to build this in a way where, we were efficiently using resources, efficiently using the, processing power, the GPU of our algorithms, and basically having a good user experience while doing so. Now it's like we got it to this kind of like two-step process, basically just plugging in credentials to your OBS, where it's super duper easy to stream and very simple to use and fun. Digital popcorn.
I love that. I'd love to, like, Mimi, can you tell me a little bit? Can we double click into how you guys built it without obviously maybe, revealing any secret sauce, of course, but just really curious, like, are you running it on local models? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? I'm assuming it's not vibe coded over the course of a weekend. Like, what is it taking for the Argus engine to kind of be running in real time to create these markets and then put this overlay, because the overlay is directly on, like, if someone was watching.
Maybe
right
just
now on
share a
Twitch,
little bit, okay? Don't share too much.
I know.
We do have patents in the United States filed in 2024. End of 2024 when we started this process. So it is a pretty technical, actual process, and we like the fact, I see, nobody's doing what we're doing, and the longer we can keep it that way. So, like, we have a tendency to overshare. So I'm just kind of like reminding Mimi, like, we're being live streamed right now.
So the Argus is basically, it's like it's multiple different custom trained AI models. So it's our own thing where we've collected all of this data, trained our own custom models.
Okay, cool. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but is someone watching on Twitch, it's just an overlay that starts like interacting there and people can take actions, or is it something that they need to be on Rival to use?
So you do need an account on Rival in order to either stream with us, set up markets on your own streams, and then be a viewer and predict on the streams. And I'll say I can say a few more things about the technical process. One of the things that I kind of didn't anticipate as much is we really had to I had to become an expert in Valorant, kind of for training we support Valorant currently. Had to become an expert in how the game goes, the pacing of it, all of those things, and that all kind of comes together to make this very complex AI algorithm that we call Argus.
Yeah. Okay.
I see part of it, and I think we're teaching Mimi has built Argus so it can learn. And who do we want it to learn from? The community. So basically, like, if you are an amazing League of Legends, Arc Raider, Axie Infinity, or whatever player, and then you have a great idea for a market that everybody wants to participate in, and there's a reasonable way of settling it, so there isn't everybody complaining, then you can submit those ideas, and then you can also earn a cut of those revenues. If you're watching iShowSpeed or Neon or Aiden Ross, and you have a great idea for an event or match, similarly, you can create it, community upvotes it, and if we agree with it, or if Argus, more importantly, agrees with it, then that will create an event for people to participate in on Rival.com, and you will get a share of that revenue as well, something like that.
Very cool. So I'm looking at one of the markets from this week. XQC was playing Minecraft. And this was, will XQC ride his dragon in the next 10 minutes? So just an example of some of the markets that can be created. So it sounds like creators can make their own markets, as well as Argus is making. How is that kind of like? What's kind of the mechanics and the order of operations with, if I was streaming right now, is Argus suggesting markets on the back end and I could like select one that says like, yes, publish this, or how's that kind of work?
Streamer just stream.
Okay.
We just want the streamer to stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Typically, you have, if you want to participate in the event making, your moderators or your community leaders are probably the types to generate those. But we just want the streamer to stream. And there's two simple reasons for that. The first one is it flows easier, right? So our streamers are just streaming. That's all they got to worry about. Make it exciting. And then there's a second reason. All three of us here are gamers. We're effing cheaters. Gamers cheat.
Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's our way. So, that is something else that Argus is learning. It's like, is one of the players in IC stream winning too much, and then of certain types? Or are the numbers not mathing? Is the math not mathing, basically? So that's another very black box process that's happening, because we don't really want to tell the potential cheaters how they might be cheating,
right?
What we're looking for either. So, but we go in assuming all the streamers are going to try and cheat. So
yeah, I could see some potential issues, right, happening there on the larger markets, and I think that's one of the things that's still being figured out in real time with prediction markets. You know, insider information, insider trading, people trading their own markets, kind of thing. I could imagine, you know. I don't know what the right situation is for that, other than, you know, that data, you know, kind of the analytics to show you like, hey, is this a fair market? You know, is this something that, you know, you feel comfortable getting involved in, or not? You know, and it'll show who's the
ultimate value is you as the streamer, as the KOL, with your audience. Do they trust you? And some are going to win, some are going to lose. The question is, those losing, are they going to trust you?
Yeah.
And you can think about it like Uber drivers and Airbnb, right? Like, our job is to make sure the 2-star Uber drivers, Mimi had a bad star with a 1-star Uber driver, aren't on the platform. Or if you have a really bad experience and everybody's consistent on it, those get flagged. And then we have the mathematics to kind of analyze as well.
I keep seeing this R Cash. We've got R Coins. What does that mean? What does that look like? How's that kind of play into Rival?
So initially we had until about a week ago, we had a basically free-to-play system where we were more so doing raffles, different things like that. And it was coins. So just all free-to-play users would get them when they signed up. We've switched to having payment live. And basically you can deposit, if you want to deposit $20 worth of Sol, you'll get $20 worth of 20 R Cash. So it's basically equivalent. R Cash is equivalent to $1 US.
Awesome. Cool.
You caught something there, I see. It's something with sweepstakes mechanism that we tested out for the US market. But we have turned it off for now. We will release it in the future. It's easier for us right now to just stay away from good old United States and focus on the rest of the world. And then the legal aspect we're working on, what are we in right now? We're in March, April. Give it a few more months. Once we get the proper legal opinions on that, then we are more comfortable with the United States, and this protects better the community's token future.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's the right way to go about it, right? Remind me again, sorry, what stage of launch are you guys in right now? The site is live. It's kind of rolling out, obviously geo-gated in certain countries. But like, you're starting to do interviews like this. What does kind of the rollout look like over the next few months? Do you have some big campaign coming? Are you partnering with, some streamers and activating some campaigns and things like that? Or what's kind of the stage that you're in?
I would say we're live right now because we're accepting payment, and we are paying out to winners and accepting disputes and so on and so forth. Right now, there are, as of right now, sorry, it's blocked in the US. We have 2 streamers live right now with multiple active markets happening. And you can deposit via Solana. So Phantom Wallet, one click, very smooth process. But in the US, actually, I cannot say use a VPN because that's a legal issue that my friend and a very big exchange starting with a B got in trouble for. So I can't tell you to just use a VPN. Do not. I did not say that.
Yeah.
I think we also, I think in the next couple months, I think you'll see support for many more games, whether it's League of Legends, Arc Raiders. We're going to add support for a bunch of new games, and then we're also going to add more and more things you can predict on.
And also Web3 games as well. Like if it's the right audience, right Web3 game, they want to create markets for their streamers, we're happy to have a discussion as well. It does take resource on our part to train each and every game because every game's instance of Argus is different. So we don't want Argus getting confused between how Valorant works and how Overwatch works, if that makes sense. Yeah, and probably said a little bit too much there, but and then I see, like, Mimi and I were very, very excited for Token in Dubai, which has now been rescheduled to 2027. We were inviting, we were going to invite a very big, powerful streamer guest to join, and if he was going to beat me up on stage if I ever lied about anything, but with what's going on, prayers for everybody out in the Middle East, but that's real. We're kind of problem solving through that step right now.
Daniel Draghi in the chat is saying he would definitely love to see this trained on Mir 4 or Mir 5 if it's 2027. Very big popular game. A lot of people stream that. I'm curious.
Legend of Mir?
Yeah, Legend of Ymir. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Legend of Ymir and Mir 4 is, I think, like in their maybe prior game before Legend of Ymir. I wanted to ask a few things. One, are the markets only running when someone is streaming, or does the Rival platform have existing markets, outside of streams?
Mimi, you want to talk about the futures market?
Yeah, so we have multiple different types of markets. One of them are the futures markets, where they're kind of over a longer period of time. Like, so, will the streamer do X, Y, and Z by May the 1st or something like that. These are markets over a long period of time. And then we of course have the gaming markets, and we have our watch party markets, which are on IRL streams.
Yep.
So I see right now there are 3 futures markets created by the community. Number one, will TENS go back into competitive play before the end of the year? Number 2 is will Neon get banned on one of the platforms for longer than 7 days before summer? And then the third one is will Jason, Deween, and Sakura get back together next month?
We're rooting for them.
So the community put those together, and then again, like whoever came up with it will get a share. We are trying to stay away from the other like the poly market, Kalshi markets, because that's their niche. So we're focusing more on the KOLs and streamers, and then having their live streamer content as well. So if there's any controversies coming up with Icy, we'll see if your community suggests any interesting dramas for you. So yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, it would have been a good one for the Game Awards back in November. There would have been some good markets there. I wanted to ask how, whatever you can share, of course, but I think resolving markets is always a very important piece of the puzzle. And I know other platforms have had different controversies at different times around consensus, around definitions and things like that. You guys kind of mentioned that Argus is trained to resolve its own markets. So can you speak about that, or what can you say about that? Is it the only, deciding factor? And then what is there a process for conflict resolution and consensus and things like that?
So yeah, I can talk about that from a couple different fronts actually. So I'd like to say, without kind of saying too much, we're kind of taking we've used basically the largest models that we can for the purpose of accuracy. We trained over and over again our algorithms to make sure that they are accurate. And there is we do have a dispute process where users can basically say, hey, in this instance, if something's wrong, they can file a dispute within 10-15 minutes of the market settling. And then basically one of us from the team will review the market and make any corrections necessary. And then in terms of the some of my fellow team members can probably tell you, in terms of the phrasing of the markets, and phrasing, how you phrase something has a lot to do with resolution. I was the editor-in-chief of one of Stanford's newspapers, so I'm kind of a grammar fiend, and so I am very particular about how we're setting up the markets, and therefore how we're settling them and what defines a particular event.
I'm an illiterate cheating gamer, and I feel like I got the grammar police on my ass half of the time. So yeah.
You also, I've heard of standing desks. I've never seen a 360 desk. You're moving around there, giving us a view of the office, which is beautiful. But that's really cool.
The sun is coming up.
I've never seen
sun
that.
is coming up. So.
You mentioned a little bit about the team. I always like to ask, try and get to understand, like, whatever you're comfortable sharing is totally fine, and if not, that's fine too. Just curious, how big is the team? Like, how much money did you guys raise money? Is this self-funded? I always like to try and get a sense of, like, the scope of what Rivals is working with, as you guys build and go to market and things like that. So what do the people need to know?
The core team is small. It's less than 10 people across the world, working remotely for this last year. Ella and CK, I think you met while in Manila. They've been doing an exceptional job building out the project. So CK started as an intern out of college, and when he graduated, instead of letting him go into a big boring company, I fought to hire him because he was like very in demand. He's listening to this right now, so I think he's done an exceptional job building out the product. He's both a gamer, streamer, both. So this is where the grammar police comes in, and a gambler. So and like a sports addict. So like he has a good feel of the product as well. Ella has been working with me across multiple projects, and she's been instrumental in building these teams and being kind of like Pied Piper for bringing in a influx of talented interns. And we also had some exceptional people work with us from University of Pennsylvania. One of the kids was like, the way he introduced himself is like, "Hi, I'm number 3 in mathematics in my country of India." I was like, "Oh shit. All right." And then the other one is like a quant trader on Wall Street and is a degenerate gambler. And he, so like we have some really talented folks. We have like legal advice from professors in Stanford and Ohio State and like Washington, DC. And it's like, so like we're just a bunch of tumbling fools. And then in terms of capital, this is an important part, is there are 0 VCs involved in Rival. I come from a perspective as a VC across multiple crypto projects, including YGG. And I didn't want to deal with VCs. I realized I didn't want to deal with me. And if you are much closer to the token ecosystem and economy, I just don't like any of it. and we want to come from we are a very healthy, lucrative business model. We want to share it with the community and the members that help us get there. And that's about it. And we were luckily, Mimi and I have been successful enough that we're just bootstrapping through. And with Payment Live, it's a pretty simple business model, right? Like, imagine if somebody invented betting in sports, and it's the only one that knows how to do it, so we don't want to share too much, but we're doing it for live streaming.
Right.
And then we want to share that with our community. So if you look at Hyperliquid, for example, how they did a point system, it's kind of like what we're doing as well. And so we're learning from. And so it's a non-VC approach. There's no holes in the balloon. And, the only way you're going to get access if we do a token, I've been told not to say it, but it's pretty obvious what we're doing. So it is through participating on the platform and having fun. So go have some digital popcorn, and then we'll create the ecosystem for the future. So
I love that. Where does the name Rival come from? Because it's a great name, great handle, great logo. Branding is awesome. Curious if there's a backstory there.
Okay, I'll answer this one. When I was building other stuffs, I was just like grocery shopping for domain names, and wanted an auction for $400. And so I've had it for years, and then this was just like serendipity. I think it's the perfect name for what we're doing, because you're literally, whether the streamer is the rival, the streamer's competing with the rival, or you as the user is competing with other community members as rivals. I think it's a fitting name.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can, I don't know if you can spot the if you look at the R,
Mm-hmm.
there's a rabbit hidden within the R.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
So
I see it. We'll see if
Mimi
the
and I
chat
are
can
both
see it.
rabbits. Mimi and I are both rabbits.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so platforms live, payments are live. What is the best way for someone to get, if they see this right now, like best way to get involved? Go sign up on the platform. You can connect your Phantom wallet. You can put, some Sol onto the platform and go watch some of your favorite streamers, some of your favorite games, and engage in the prediction markets. There may be future ecosystem rewards, maybe something, probably nothing, who knows, but the platform is there. It's live. And is there anything else that, like, I don't know, are there leaderboards or, kind of things like that in the pipeline for the platform and for the engagement? Or
So thank you. There's 3 touch points. First one is at Rival Now, which is on X and Twitter. Thank you for having it up. So that's a starting point for a lot of leaderboards and bounties and opportunities. The second one is the webpage, rival.com, with a Y, RYVAL. And just go register and play. I think there should be like 1 or 2 matches. In certain cases, like 5 or 6 matches up at any given time. So we have, streamers that are coming on board. We have in-house streamers. We have paid partnerships. We have non-paid partnerships. This is an important part. The streamers get 50% of the revenue. And every single user has a referral code. So like, go out there and hunt, but bring in users, claim more points, make more money, have fun with it. And then we have a Discord, and like, I'm waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, spamming our Discord, asking what's going on. Everybody okay? How's the weather? So yeah.
We're still GMing. We're GMing out here. I always like that part of crypto culture. It seemed nice to me, but I know people, I don't know, like got oversaturated with it. I want to double click. So streamers get 50% of the revenue that the markets bring in. I mean, that's
let me break that down a little bit.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So that 50% is broken down into 25% origination, 25% streamer. So if you are bringing in traffic to your stream, you get the 50%. If the user you brought in goes to Mimi, then you get 25% and Mimi gets 25%. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on top of that, there is a referral code. That's 5%. I gotta actually double check on that. It's mathing it out. So, and it's real time settlement. So like, if you're the streamer, you're going to see your Rcash balance just go up real time. It's not like a weekly, monthly settlement type of thing. We're trying that out for now with the expectations we might get screwed by streamers cheating. But so like, we want to try and keep it that way, but like, let's see how good we get.
How are you thinking? So, you've mentioned it a few times. Shout out to Peyton, Papa Peyton in the chat. There's a lot of overlap between, what he's building in communities and Kizuna with, the communities and streaming and prediction markets and rivals. So if you guys haven't chatted with Peyton, I would recommend that. But you've mentioned it a few times, Steve. Cheating can be a real issue. How are you guys looking at that? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but we've seen people get banned from platforms, right? 30-day ban, 60-day
Bro,
ban.
I see. Like I'm a nasty masshole. Okay. And I think you know what that means. Is like we are looking forward to the first cheater we can make fucking famous. Sorry, hopefully I don't think I'm like, and then that's gonna be like an acquisition funnel. It's gonna be like, I don't want to name names, but like, let's call it Tree. Is cheating his audience and stealing from them. What happened? You know, that is we're looking forward to who we get to spend money on to make famous. So and then on top of that, it's the algorithm. Ultimately, I see the community is going to determine if we're doing a good job creating a trustworthy platform or not.
Yeah.
If we can't deliver on that job, we fail. I operate the last 10 years and, running, businesses that generate $700 million, where I assume 95% of my customers are cheaters. So like I'm coming in from a pretty aggressive point of view. Doesn't mean we're going to solve it. We'll see.
Respect. The Dave Portnoy Barstool strategy, man. Controversy does wonders for attention.
I love his. I love David. And,
another
I watch his
Boston
pizza
boy.
reviews every day. I actually thought about having like when his videos premiere, guessing if the pizza score is going to be like a 7.2 or 7.4.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'm the only one that like, so that's not a priority. League of Legends will come way before that, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you that, Mimi and Steve. Why did you guys pick gaming? Why did you pick streaming? Prediction markets made a ton of sense, and you guys started over a year ago, so kudos to that for seeing the opportunity, and boy, have you guys been right about that. I'm curious how you look at the product of Rival, and how you like picked to niche down on streaming and gaming, and how you think about the market opportunity. Do you see yourself competing with Kalshi and Polymarket, or no, you guys are doing a completely separate thing where it's an entirely new blue ocean for you because you're the only one and category leader? I'm curious the thought process behind that.
Steve, you want to go first?
Sure. I've been playing games in the 80s before probably you two were born. All right. So everybody else, Mimi's like 20 years old and been building
26.
AI since she was 15. So my first game was Wasteland on the Apple IIgs. Original Nintendo, Zelda, old Duck Hunt, Phantasy Star and Sega Master System. I was the first player in World of Warcraft pre-alphas in 1995. Second to level 50 in EverQuest. I don't have too many friends or social life, so games is kind of like my bread and butter DNA, and I built companies across the world, New York listings, acquisitions, IPOs in games. So, and the reason I was able to do that every market was through communities. I would go in there and literally have like a pizza lunch with all the guild leaders of all the competing games and talk shop with them. I don't know if I can do that now, but like, I think I still can, actually. I can still talk shit. So the games aspect is a no-brainer. Then my kids started teaching me about IShowSpeed and so on. And I see you're in the Web3 game space, but even if you look at the esports game space, I would say the valuation and the audience is much bigger than the actual business at the moment.
Yeah.
And I would ask anybody who's watching sports, how if you owned an NBA team and then they legalize gambling, how much of your team's value just go up?
Right.
Is it double? Is it triple? So what opportunity do we have as a community to add value to all parts of that system, whether it's games, whether it's streaming, or whether it, all of the above? So sorry, I went on a rant there.
No,
My coffee's
the rants
kicking
are
in.
the best, man. That's great. I don't know if Mimi, you wanted to chime in from your perspective. What really
Sure.
excited you about streaming, gaming, prediction markets on top of them?
So I've always been a gamer as well. I'm more of a console gamer, whether it's Red Dead Redemption, Fallout 4, GTA, all that. I've always been a gamer since I was probably 8 or 9. Playing Nintendo and things like that. So when Steve told me about Rival, I was very excited. And I've always past couple of years I've been watching live streamers, watching
Oh, yeah.
and a bunch of others. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, sometimes the idea and the opportunity is too great to like not do, and prediction markets overlaid onto these massive platforms, real-time engagement, real-time call your shots, makes perfect sense. I'm curious, what would you say is the grandiose vision, the dream, the mission statement for Rival? It's 1 to 2, 3 years from now. What is streaming and prediction markets and Rival look like?
Me?
Yeah, whoever wants to jump in, yeah.
I don't think 1 to 2 years out, bro. And even as an investor, angel investor, VC investor, I think that's too far out. I think there's so much things we can accomplish in the next few weeks, next few months. Crazy stuff with streamers, with content, with community. And that is kind of the... So actually, I see, if I can say one thing, is like, I want your community. We want more talented people to join our small team and try and help us become ridiculously big.
Yeah.
Okay. And get rewarded and allow the community to get rewarded in the process. And so I think the statement of if you invented betting on sports, and you're the only one that can do that, how big can it be? And the second statement, we're doing that for live streaming, which I think is bigger than sports. The third part is we want to share that with the community, and the only way is to join the community and participate. I think that's pretty big.
Yeah.
I think, we're not thinking about it in terms of years. Like, we can do that today.
Right.
We're taking action. Things are happening. It's legal where it's legal, and rock and roll. So, and I also say that to startups that I invest into and talk to, is shut the fuck up and go fucking build.
Yeah.
Like, build like your life depended on it. Like, your idea is worth defending. The castle is worth defending. Our castle is worth defending. So we're taking it like we got no tomorrow. Got to be today. Let's go. My background is Patriots fan. So.
I respect that. I very much build in the same way where, sure, yeah, like you can have a general North Star, right? But it's like there's a lot of work to be done today, tomorrow, like right now. And let's focus on doing the best job that we can with all of that. But Mimi,
I fucked up enough times. I fucked up enough times to know that like 1 to 2 years out, like I really don't give a fuck what you think is going to happen 1 to 2 years out.
Right.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit amped up with the coffee now.
I love it. Let's go. Morning Steve, unfiltered. I did this to you on purpose. Mimi, what does like Rivals success look like to you, right? People winning on the platform, streamers, markets, like, is it, does it go, do we see Rival as part of the big esports stages and the premier platform that people are using, and this is like an integrated mainstay in the gaming streaming culture?
100%. I think that I agree with all the things that Steve said about thinking in next couple of weeks what we can do next couple of months, but I view it as like I think Rival will be a platform where basically people can predict on anything, any live event. It'll make making watching streams, watching your favorite streamer, your favorite gamer more interesting, more engaging. And it's a new source of revenue also for Twitch streamers and Kick streamers as well. So yeah.
Well,
my team is telling me to mention in play as well. So we're rolling out in play for Valorant next week, and that's exciting. And we're gonna have in play for all the games. So it's fast. So like, but let's see how Argus is gonna adapt to that.
Well, forgive me. What do you mean by in play? What is that?
So basically, it's going to be a situation where we have like a little bit of a gap now between when a streamer, let's say, starts playing Valorant, and when the time in which you predict, and then the end of the match, right? The end of the Valorant match from start to finish, usually 25, 30 minutes, maybe more. So we're going to have more markets where you can predict. Hey, who's going to win the next round? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? And basically, there will be a lot more stuff to predict on, to engage with, and wager and see if you're the streamer you're watching will succeed or not.
Very fun. Very fun. I was going to ask. Right now, you're on Solana. Is there any considerations to expand to other chains, open up payments across different platforms, or are you guys solely on Solana? How are you looking at it?
So I think we will open it up to other networks and add support for those. I foresee probably the first one of those being ETH, USDT ETH, and so we will open it up to other forms of payment where you can deposit and get our cash.
I see. We work in days and weeks, not years.
Yeah.
So like probably next week. But like we're debugging it through. So like but we're also very community focused. Like I believe in conversion funnels before scaling. So we want to make sure we have a healthy conversion funnel per channel, per audience before we start scaling. Because that's an easy way for somebody to die fast, is to spend a lot of money before their conversion funnel is calibrated. It's much harder, and this applies to anybody listening, any startups, any projects, is much harder to get somebody back who has left with a bad experience.
Yeah, 1,000%. Maybe on the market side of things, do you guys what are some of maybe the markets that you've seen in Valorant or some of the other games that like you stood out to you, right? Is Argus coming up with some really unique markets that you're like, wow, that's so fun. I would have never thought of that. Has anything like surprising kind of come out of the platform?
I would say for Valorant and games in general, once Argus learns it, it's more about repetition and cadence and pace.
Okay.
I think the craziest ones you see are probably in IRL streams.
Yeah.
Like, will Dean the Grey get punched out again by somebody else on Rampage stream?
Probably yes.
That was exactly the example I was going to come up with too.
Oh, go with the one for Larry, Mimi.
Oh, that's a futures market. Will Larry Wheels get divorced within the next 3 months?
Gosh.
Will his wife dump him?
Oh gosh.
Blame the community. Blame the community. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I can see how there is a lot of community rallying around Rival because there's so much already community baked into streams, gaming, streamers, where you don't really see that as much in things like Polymarket or Kalshi. I guess on the sports side, yes, but at the same time, I don't know. There's more of like that community gamer, like come in, like let's really engage, let's look at everything and talk trash and things like that. I guess on the sports side, people have that, but they probably already have like their hubs where they're going and doing that. But I think, when you're watching a stream, you've got Twitch open and Discord, right? But like, I guess I'm not really engaging, hanging out in the comments on Polymarket. I guess you can a little bit, but I guess the gamer side of it is like already baked in, so I could see that going really, really well. I was gonna ask, I forget what I was gonna ask. I had something on the community and the streamings. So I guess let me ask this, because we were talking about Argus. How long does it take to kind of really ingest the game and learn the game? And like, what is that I mean, not going into specifics, right? That's your secret sauce, but just like, the games you have live right now that people can speculate on and engage in the markets versus like other games that are in the pipeline. And I know you're working fast. I would love, some Burnt Peanut, Arc Raiders, markets for sure.
So it's rather than a question of time, it's more of a question of data. So it's more of a question of how much data we have and how much data we've collected. And I can tell you that we have the data lined up for several other games, train several other games, and build Argus models from those. But it is much more so a question of data that can hinder our speed when supporting new games, trying to support new games, than it is the training of the model itself.
Very cool. I remember my question because you mentioned the IRL streams, and I was gonna ask, because mention markets are very popular, right? Trump State of the Union or this or that. Are mention markets an area where you guys are offering things? I know you kind of had the live watch parties. I don't know how what that would look like, in real time. But yeah, what's that look like?
We do that. I'm trying to think of a specific one, but yeah, in general, like will somebody or like a streamer swear in the next bit or names? Those are easy to settle. Again, like we want to try and make it more community driven. So like any crazy ideas, sensitive, insensitive.
Yeah.
Like we'll see if we get canceled, or like we just blame it to the community, like his stupid idea. But Yeah, I think we're gonna hurt people's feelings. So.
I guess that kind of begs the question: how do you guys think about the relationship between the streamer and the Rivals platform? I know you said you just want the streamer to stream and do their thing, and I think that's the right answer and the right approach. But it does, like for gaming, I think pretty straightforward. You're playing the game, right? But there can be the case where, like live mention markets or something like that, a streamer could pull up the markets and be reacting to them. So we've got like the observer effect going on. And I guess like maybe to clarify my question a little bit more, is it the case that like you want streamers to use Rival, but like as an engagement tool, but really, hey, don't pay attention to it. You just do your thing. All this stuff is happening in the back end. You can check it later. Do you want them to like not think about it at all? Or do you want them to be like very engaged? Like, okay, yes, we're doing this and it's a very close relationship and integrated. How do you think about that?
Can I try this one? So, we just want the streamer to stream. That's our thesis, and we hope it holds true. But we also think from the perspective of like their assistant, their moderator, their girlfriend, or whatever is in the background telling them, "Hey, this is what I'm predicting," so on and so forth. Now, it's our job to try and kind of create a fair environment as closely as possible. Mm-hmm. And I would say that we go in with the mindset that we assume people are going to try and cheat on both ends. So we really, so we really just want the streamers to stream. That's kind of the starting point. I was trying to say, oh yeah, I probably need another cup of coffee, but it's digital popcorn. Mm-hmm. So like I see, if somebody betting $10,000 on what you're going to do next, something's probably wrong. Probably shouldn't take that bet, and that's probably going to ruin the pool for everybody else. So, we're going to look for our prediction sizes are typically smaller, higher frequency. So then there's also more data to train upon. So now you as a streamer has a decision to make. Do I want to make a few quick bucks and risk basically cheating my community, my fans, for $5, $10 here and there, and getting flagged, being complained about, disputed upon, one-starred, and then being deplatformed?
Right.
So,
awesome. That makes sense.
It's a balancing act there,
yeah.
Right? And I think you and I both know there'll be people that will make mistakes, and as I said, we'll make them fucking famous.
Yeah. That's awesome. This has been really fun, Mimi, Steve. Is there anything that we didn't talk about or cover? Is the team texting in the background, hey, don't forget to mention this? I mean, you talked a lot about building with the community, wanting to reward the community, like have them be a part of this. And I really got that sense, but I don't know if there's any like future plans for maybe a seasonal activation or a reward kind of phase where it's like, hey, accrue points and we're going to do this kind of prize pool. Are you thinking about anything like that?
The short answer is yes. And again, in like days and weeks, not months. We don't have it formalized. Yes, CK, I already mentioned the token. XP for the token, yes, I mentioned that as well. Points for the token. But the tournaments, we'll have our sponsor tournaments for esports, and then we will also have bounties and leaderboards. Probably maximum 2 weeks. Wait, possibly just 1 week. So if you have slots on your schedule, I can't wake up 5:30 in the morning. Hopefully, if I swore too much, then just tell me to PG-13 it a little bit. Sorry about that.
No,
You're
good.
yeah.
Awesome. That's very exciting. Again, congratulations on getting to this point. We spoke briefly at YGG Play Summit in Manila back November, late November. And here we are, very short after.
Shout out to Gabby and mention the team.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and very after you guys.
And we also
are
met
cranking.
Yellow Panther in Dubai as well. So we hung out there for a little bit. So good guy.
Yeah. So you guys are cooking. You guys are cooking and shipping at a very fast rate. So congrats. I'd love to. We'll keep tracking the progress. Happy to have you guys back on. Happy to try out the platform when I can get access. All the regulatory stuff and everything. But
yeah.
Very, very cool. Is there anything that you want to close out on? Is it just, hey, go to rival.com and try it out? There's some, people are streaming. There's some markets there, and deposit some Solana.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. We got like 2-3 markets happening right now, and then we'll have more markets and streamers going up the rest of the day. And will Summit choose to be a medic for the next game? So yeah, those are some of the markets right now. Is Jason and Sakura going to get back together? So this action's happening. Please join at Rival now. RYVAL, and to join the community, join our competitions, and whatever we do, we're going to announce there. And it's fun times and games that want to work with us. Happy to have a discussion, communities, and so on and so forth. Yeah, looking for more cool people. Like, I'm old, and we need more younger people.
Listen, man, don't count yourself out, man. You can hang with the best of them, man. You got great energy, and I appreciate what you brought today. Mimi, what about you? How would you like to close this out? I know you're in Miami. I don't know if you guys are going to be doing anything at Consensus in May, or just attending and meeting people there. But yeah, like, what would you like to say to the stream and leave people with?
I would just say go to rival.com, sign up, follow us on X, join our Discord. We want to empower the community, and we want to involve everyone in making markets and coming up with new ideas and things like that. And we want to reward people for that as well. So that's how I'd close it.
There's a theme, it's been a recurring theme throughout the show, and I'm sure people are picking up on it, because I'm picking up on it as well. Very, very much get the vibe of future ecosystem rewards and what you guys got going on. The business model makes a ton of sense. People come, they put money in, it benefits the streamers, it benefits the community. You can win, you can lose, you're going to have a good time regardless. So Steve, Mimi, thank you guys so much for your time. You guys are very generous and gracious today. Really cool to learn more about Rival. Congratulations on all the success. And we wish you all of the success and the best. We'll be keeping a close eye on it, because it's genuinely, an innovative product. Steve sends me the videos, and it works. It just works. Like, that's the best part. It just works. And so I'm excited to see, future collaborations, future markets, future clips. I mean, the virality is built in, right?
Thanks, brother. And go Boston, go Celtics. Hopefully we have a good Patriots draft, and then good season for the Red Sox as well.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
Bruins.
sir. And if you ever make your way back over, let me know. We'll go get a lobster roll or something. Watch a game.
Sure. My treat. So my daughters have summer camps at Boston University and MIT.
Well, there we
so
go.
We're looking for Airbnbs at the moment. But,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let me know. We'll grab a drink. Guys, I'm
Thanks,
going to drop
brother.
you off the stream here. There's a few more stories I wanted to get to, but thank you so much for your time. DM me. We'll stay in chat. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So thank you.
Thank you
Rock
so
and roll.
much.
Thanks, man.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for Team Rival. Rival now. Appreciate Peyton, Llama, everybody kind of hanging out. Daniel, Draghi in the building. My guy, appreciate you. We're going to go back. We got a few stories that we did not get to. So I want to talk about them. But shout out to Rival. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Mimi. Listen, love the Boston energy, man. What you see is what you get. I am who I am. I'm taking no prisoners. I apologize to nobody. The 2-time double champ does whatever he wants. And that's the kind of founders, that's the kind of builders that you want to see. That was a long chat. You know what's funny, man? Like, it was a long chat, but it went by so fast for me. I don't know if it's because I'm tired or just out of it a little bit. I was saying this before. It was an hour and 15 minutes, but I was really curious on the platform and what they're building. And I tried to I wanted to get a comprehensive, real understanding of it. I think Steve can kind of go off on his tangents a little bit here and there, but they were entertaining. But yeah, I appreciate you hanging out for it. You overslept, Llama, so I wanted to give you a little bit of extra content. I'm kidding. But yeah, it makes a ton of sense. It's just going to be a matter of, can they go to market? Can they get people? Can they drive liquidity and volume and speculation on the platform? Sounds like they can. Apologize. It sounds like they can, so I'm rooting for them. It's always building a startup and a new product in a big space is always really, really hard. It seemed like they had some patents. And it seemed like they were trying to do all the right things from a regulation standpoint. We spoke about that just before you kind of joined the stream, Llama. And so if that's the case, then it becomes really, really powerful and really, really big. They said that they didn't have any VCs. So they're just they're doing this and they have all of the potential and all of the upside. So, very clearly, they didn't say there was going to be a token. They said there might be a token, but it seemed very, it seemed like, without saying it, there will be a token. They want to launch a token. They want to do a big airdrop to the community, to the people on the platform. I think everybody, is going to kind of, want to hype up their situation as best as they can. And so, always buyer beware, caveat emptor. But that's why I really enjoy bringing founders and projects on, so we can talk to them directly and do a little bit of that due diligence and see, who people are and work with them. Even OpenSea is delaying their token. No, I think Steve and Mimi struck me as very smart, competent, capable builders. Steve has, a great resume behind him. So I think that they're smart enough to know they wouldn't launch anything without real significant revenue and volume. Right? Kind of the sport fun method. Why am I yawning? My goodness. Oh, why am I yawning so much? It's crazy. Okay, let's get back into the stories that I wanted to talk about. There's only 2 or 3, and then we're going to close out here. But big news for Splinterlands. The CEO and co-founder is stepping down. And not Matt Rosen, Dave McCoy, my goodness, sorry. Dave McCoy, who's been a part of the team, is stepping up into the CEO role. I do need some coffee, Rival. I do. Just like Steve, I need another cup of coffee. So very interesting. I'm very curious as to like what's driving this decision. It seems to me that this is very like positive. It seems like a very friendly and happy transition. They said after 8 years of building with the community, weathering every storm, they're announcing a transition in their leadership team. They got a whole bunch of emojis, and it's all, sunshine and rainbows a bit. They said that Matt Rosen will still be a part of the project. He's just returning to his true passion, which is game design, and will continue to guide the company's vision as chairman of the board. Shake up for Splinterlands. Very interesting. Going to keep an eye on this one. Splinterlands continues to have a lot of success. And, we don't talk about them often, but we try to. I'm like feeling another yawn coming on. My goodness. Crazy. It's warm. My girlfriend got home and turned the heat on, so like it's like making me cozy and want to fall asleep. Yeah, I mean, I'm always rooting for Splinterlands. The game like doesn't do it for me, but I know that they have a diehard community. Speaking of communities, they have a diehard community, diehard player base, and they have stood the test of time. I just feel like they haven't like been able to break out beyond that core community. And so maybe it was time for some changes, and maybe this will bring new life into the project. Or maybe where there's smoke, there's fire, and something is afoot. We don't know, but we wish them well, and we will keep a close eye on the Splinterlands. Next up, I wanted to talk about Elixir Gaming Guild going viral. Like, these guys went insane. There was like 2,000 posts to the point where they got community newsed. This is on my trending. If I go back, then no, that's not going to work. They were on X News trending for their creator program. So yesterday they announced their creator program has closed, and they shared this screenshot of all of their creators. I mean, it only got 7,000 views, but I think just like everybody posted about it. So huge shout out to Elixir. Huge shout out to Toxic, my guy, the founder of Elixir Guild. We're going to be doing a game night with them, actually, with Heroes of Hold'em. And crushing, dude. All these creators that were like super stoked to be joining Elixir. I mean, a lot of these guys, I don't know. They don't follow me. I don't follow them. So, I mean, I was really happy to see this because it just shows there's a lot of people and energy and motion in the space that, even me as like the gaming guy and like cool with Elixir and Toxic, they're doing a lot of great work over there, man. I mean, look at all these guys. The fam, we got Mr. Great, Ronan. I mean, this is really cool. Like, this energy is like amazing. Elhari. I mean, it was just like announcement after announcement after announcement. Shout out to Toxic, man. Like, this inspired me. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? And so bringing everyone together, doing something meaningful and impactful is amazing. So massive congratulations to Elixir Gaming Guild. Massive congratulations to Toxic. Feels like Fantasy Top. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little surprised that this was able to go so big as it did. So much so that I'm like, okay, like, you got to pay attention, like this is super notable. Let's see. There's a few more stories that we could just quickly touch on. I think Crypto.com laid off 12% of their workforce today, citing AI as the reason. They're going AI first, and 12% of their workforce was reduced. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm gonna stop saying that, but I feel bad every time that I yawn. Very interesting to see. Also, a very interesting number, 12%. We got to talk about, no, not that one. Oh, here we go. So shout out to Whale. I saw this post from him. It's a paid partnership post though. So My Pet Hooligan is paying Whale to like tweet about them, which is the most random thing ever to me. I didn't know they were paying people. I also don't know why they're paying people for this, but hey, I did see it, and I don't know if I would have seen it without Whale's sponsored post. So I guess money well spent, because now I'm seeing it, and now you're seeing it. So My Pet Hooligan, OG game NFT, has this series, Hell or High Hooli, and apparently they're on episode 20. Which is insane, and you got even Orangey commenting on this. So Scott Motion, apparently they are top tier with their like little skits and their animations and their trolling and their memes. It's just it's great, man. We gotta check this out. Okay, Hooli. I like that ringtone. Gaming Daily Season 10, baby. Oh, am I not sharing audio? My goodness.
Moonshine,
What the
you know,
heck?
it's like 9 in the
I
morning or
apologize.
something. I tried to
Hold on.
warn
We gotta
them
go back.
after
We gotta go
warning.
back. Yeah, I just caught
Assistant,
that. I just caught that.
get me Hooli on the line.
I'm a scat man.
That ringtone's
Hello?
crazy.
If this is Luca calling about penguins again, I swear. It's gonna come for you, Hooli. I can feel it. Coiny? Bro, have you been hitting Carl's moonshine? You know, it's like 9 in the morning or something. I tried to warn them during the carrot days, but nobody listened. We were moody, spirits were high. And then he came. Huh? Who came? Derek. Derek who? Derek Jeter. He appears when greed is highest, when CT gets cocky, when people already got life-changing money but want more.
I was up 40x. Why didn't I sell?
That's when he strikes. Wait, Derek Jeter, the baseball guy? This one never bats. He only cheats. Dumps first, asks questions never.
What?
Some say he cheated his own mother's Shiba Inu
What are we
tokens before
doing?
the chart even loaded.
I'm so confused.
He doesn't take profits. He takes souls.
I'm so confused.
Nice token you're building, Hooli. Would be a shame if someone dumped it day one.
Oh no, Quainy, we're...
I'm missing the context for like what Derek Jeter has to do with this. Did Derek Jeter like tweet or buy a token, or like is there something there?
It's going to happen
Or
again.
is it just like, are they making a play on the name Jeeting out of your position, Derek Jeter? I don't know. Silly, funny, whatever, whatever. I also wanted to shout out Daniel Drage, Mr. Hit, who's normally very critical of crypto games. Deservedly so. Sometimes goes a little bit too hard. He knows that. We've talked about it. Or at least in my opinion, I've, communicated that to him. But he saw a bunch of our Heroes of Hold'em content, decided to play the game, check it out, and post content about it. As someone who is working with the game, I'm just like really happy to see this, man. This is really cool. Thank you, Daniel, for, talking about the game. I'm glad that you like it, or at least see, you know, some of the potential in it. I'd also be super interested in his feedback or any criticisms that he does have of the game. I'm not really tied to the game other than I'm like, you know, I like the developers and I'm working with them on this like 1 month campaign. But nonetheless, it's all very interesting and it was cool. He's been playing the game a few times. So big shout out to Daniel Draghi for that. And that is today's show, guys. So without further ado, let's thank the sponsor of today's show, Lowland, YGG Play's flagship game. They just launched a brand new board with Bearish AF. The Honey versus Bearish new board is unlocked. Looks like a super cute board. Love the graphics. Guys, you know, I said this at the top of the stream, Llama, I don't think you were here. I did feel a little off today. My energy was a little bit lower. I was a little tired, clearly. I didn't get as much sleep last night. So, you know, I do apologize about that. Hopefully we can come back tomorrow, full energy, close out Friday strong. But I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in and hanging out. It obviously always means a lot. Llama, AE, Doji hanging out, Ice and Dark, Day One's Peyton, Papa Peyton tuned in for a bit, which was super cool. So I love you guys. I will be here tomorrow. There's no guest tomorrow. We're just going to run it, react to whatever happens, maybe cover some other stories, maybe just a lighter stream. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay humble, keep gaming, keep dreaming, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace, boys. Have a good day. Bye.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness. It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you.